I need sound. Hi, what's going on, guys? It's Easter. We're chilling. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. There was an image floating around last week. Sleeping on Sunday, but parents said church. I don't live with my parents, so I don't have that problem. But, so last week, there was this image floating around, which I might be able to pull up real quick as I'm talking. But basically, it was outlining the results of a Japanese tournament, a pretty big one that happened not too long ago. I think I found it. Yep. A Japanese tournament that happened not too long ago. And it was showing the winning team comps. And if we just open this in a new tab so I can zoom in on it real quick here. If we look at the team comps, lo and behold, here at the bottom, we see hidden behind the chat overlay, the winning team won with an Inkbrush and a junior. Slasher Deco and Firefin. Now this was a zones only tournament, and a lot of people were like, why is there an Inkbrush and a junior here? And there's been a lot of discussion about it, and the second place team, which I really love the comp, by the way, used a range blaster, and a Luna. Now, we should note that these comps weren't exactly the same every time. These are kind of like generalizations of the comps. Like for example, there was Grim being used a lot and stuff. I did see a lot of double missiles, and I love the second place comp in particular because it's got the heavy and the mini, so it's got this really good consistent range, good painting power, and then you got the blaster, the double blaster, like these big slayers, you know, splash damage, just run up and kill stuff. It feels very Splat 1 to me. I like this. This feels like it's doing something really specific that's powerful in a way that Splat 1 team comps were made. But that's not what we're going to look at today. I'm going to get to the grand finals in a future episode, but for right now, we're going to watch the semifinals, which I have not seen yet, but I've been told is the better one to watch because you get to see this junior and brush action versus a more standard comp. I'll link this stuff all in the description, if I can remember. Let's just get there. Cool. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to, and I'm also going to link this YouTube channel. We're going to do some analysis of it. I'll like kind of see if I maybe pause the video, kind of draw over stuff. And we're going to watch the semifinals. Again, I haven't seen it yet, but I've been told this is a good one to watch. So I guess we're just going for it. But again, the idea here is to pay attention to this junior and Inkbrush comp. And kind of do our best to kind of understand how this is working. Now, from what I saw in the semifinals, the grand finals, I noticed hey, happy Easter, Ross. I noticed a serious trend in this team comp. Make sure, all right, we're gonna get gameplay. I noticed a serious trend in this team comp's ability to, as soon as they played kind of stable until like one person got a pick. And then immediately it was just like the brush and the junior took the map so fast it was ridiculous. So I'm going to be looking for some of that. Also, happy Easter. Alright, so let's see what ends up going on here. Again, I don't have control of the camera. These are YouTube VODs, which I will be linking in the description. It seems like a channel that's worth following too, because they've been uploading semifinals and finals of a lot of Japanese tournaments. So right away we see the Inkbrush is pushed up very aggressively. We see some people to his right. He's putting mines on zone. And he has Baller now, and he's going to go in. Double Baller is also a component of this comp. The Slasher Deco and the Brush both have Baller. It looks like they actually lost the opening engagement here. And Green Team's going to push up. Now, I know some of these players, but my problem is that I'm really bad with names. I know I'm going to get stuff wrong, and I know Japanese players by their open rec avatars mainly, and when they change them I get very confused. So although I do know the names of a few players, I'm just going to be naming people by their weapons. But so far we haven't seen that much. Now here's a Baller. Will the Brush have Baller? Now the brush is actually dead. The Slasher gets a pick, gets a trade. The junior pops armor and gets taken out here. So it looks like this one might not actually go that well for our heroes. least maybe not with game 1. That was another factor. The fact that Junior kept popping armor in follow-up to the ballers was really strong. It really reminds me of like early Splat 2's meta, where you have this phenomenon going on where teams, they double up on a special. They pick one weapon that has that special and is just a good weapon, in this case a Slasher Deco, and then you pick another weapon that spams the crap out of that special, but isn't necessarily good, in this case the brush. We saw a lot of that with armor early on in the game. Like there's like this inkjet armor thing going on. We saw it with Ball with when the Aerospray used to be really good. So game 1, these guys kind of got shut out. They failed to get the zone a couple times. There were some attempts to use the baller and chain those specials, but people were just kind of getting picked. It wasn't going well, and yeah, they only got... Oh, that might have just been a kill and an assist, to be honest with you. So game 1 didn't work. We didn't really get that much information from that. Everybody was getting outslayed. That's kind of what we expect out of a comp with the Junior and Inkbrush on it, going in without any prior knowledge. So we'll see what's going on. We'll see how they adjust, because again, we do know that this ends up being... I mean, unless it's like some double elimination thing and they uploaded a video I didn't expect, we know that the Inkbrush Junior comp should win the set because they're in grand finals. So we're just gonna have to wait to be educated. Let's see, what are some things that I can recall while we're waiting? Or I could just skip the gameplay. Isn't that fucking brilliant? Let's just skip the gameplay. There we go. And hopefully they give us something that I can, you know, go back and rewind a little bit so we can see some more stuff. There's a few more sets, but they're like 10-minute sets, and I'm pretty sure they're shut out. So from the tournament previous to this. Okay, so we definitely see a standard comp on the side of Green Team, right? We see the double splatling, which is really popular right now. We see the Pro, and we see the Brel. So it's a little bit slightly less aggressive than one may think. But Mini does get played as a frontline weapon. So right away, we see Green Team getting an early pick, possibly another one as these missiles come down. No, it doesn't look it. So it's a 4v3 situation. Green Team's going to take the zone. Purple is going to fall back. And now we're going to see how they are able to use this stuff to take back. Now, unfortunately, the Slasher Deco does get taken out, so they lose baller number 1. Baller number 2 is built. The brush is going to be really efficient at this. And there's a bomb rush. So how is this going to be utilized? The brush is in danger. It might have to pop. No, armor goes off. Baller goes off. I believe the Slasher Deco has baller now too. Yes, he does. So this could be used to push up. The brush is actually going to use his baller to go for a kill instead of zone right now. This might end up paying off for him. Leaves a mine. His teammates are getting taken out in zone. So it looks like that actually might not have been the proper play to go with that as the brush. Now, one thing about brushes that are pretty nice is that they can poke up a lot and kind of they can kind of like pretend to threaten and back up while being relatively safe. That's kind of a unique ability among weapons in this game because of the way it can roll out of just any situation. And it looks like they're in trouble again. How are they going to do this? So the baller is ready. The baller gets taken out. Only a few seconds left on zone. It looks like missiles are going down. The Junior is up top. The baller goes off, and this is going to be the first time Purple Team takes the zone. It's Blue Team, Hitzel. Stop calling it Purple. Are you colorblind? So far, we really haven't seen much out of this comp. And something's going to have to obviously change pretty soon if they're going to win this. So the Junior tries to jump out, gets taken out before he can get his armor off. And we're in, again, a situation where Green Team's just in total control. And I'm curious to see when Purple Team's going to start, you know, picking up the heat. In the future, I'm going to, like, try to learn all the names of these players offhand. But like I said, I'm terrible at names, so... Bomb Rush seems to do it. Everyone seems to push forward, and this is kind of reminiscent of what I saw in Grand Finals, where basically whenever this team gets an opportunity, they just take the map immediately. They have Bomb Rush, these painting weapons, the ballers and stuff. Just seems to work. Now it's a 4v2 situation. They still don't have actual map control because these weapons are a little bit unable to kill stuff. But no, with some staggered spawns out of Green Team, our heroes are going to be able to take mid. And now that we're going to see how they hold now. I mean, I'm assuming this is where they're going to hold now, right? So you have a Charger up top, we have two people over to the left, and we have, I believe, the Junior over to the right, kind of spamming nades on the plat. Missiles do go down first, they don't seem to be that effective. No one actually was able to push up with the missiles. There's an armor in response, a bomb rush to hold zone, and yeah, it just looks like Green Team is a little bit hesitant to move up, and now that they do, there's specials going off. A Booyah Bomb is going to potentially take... No, it just gets someone off top mid, and yeah, Green doesn't really have anything to push up with. Lee gets taken. Brush kills this flank, and Green just kind of is forced to be a little bit... Blue is more efficient because it's one syllable, yeah. So, I'm going to be honest, out of that game, I really saw Green kind of struggle. Let's go back to the end of that game, because what exactly was keeping Green from getting back to Matt? Let's go back to right here. So this is about the time when Blue actually takes the zone. Right, yeah, and this is where they're just kind of struggling to kill the Sprella and someone else. Just skip ahead a little bit. Alright, so here's the hold. So let's watch what happens. So Green's trying to get to their plat. There's a baller. You know, it seems like they're actually getting pushed back by the Charger. The Charger has a wall top mid. And, I mean, Green's doing the right thing. They're not jumping down on the plat until they're ready to push out, but this missile comes out, and everybody just kind of gets scared by the slasher. Now, unfortunately, with this camera angle, we can't really see why Green wasn't able to push out past this. We do see the baller get used, so it looks like the two members on what is the right side of our screen right now were able to just threaten people from pushing up with their baller, so that when those missiles came out from the mini, it just didn't provide cover, and it was a really slow push from Green. I'm still not convinced that Green did the best job that they could to get back into zone from there. I think that they were doing the right thing by not jumping down into where the Sharks could be before it was time to go. But like time to go happened and nobody started moving forward. The slasher just like sloshed twice up at the left. It's like, hey, I'm here, and everyone's like, oh shit, I ain't dropping. As like the missiles went off, and they just didn't really coordinate specials. I think that honestly, Green Team was in position to win that game, and they just didn't capitalize. That's just how I feel about it. Let's skip ahead to the next game. So now it's 1-1. And we will get to gameplay. Here we go. Alright, 1-1. And that was the big map. So we'll see if they choose a different comp. Because I know they don't go to the exact same comp every time, but it's usually pretty similar. No, they are legit sticking with it. They're fighting H3, Mini, Pro, Ballpoint. So all of this is longer range than everything except for the Charger. How do you coordinate with missiles? I'll just pause so I don't talk over the action. So missiles does two things, right? It drops a bunch of explosives in the general area of your opponents, and it marks them. So basically, if you move forward with a special, and missiles are coming down at the same time, it makes your opponents very unable to really do much about that special. It's just kind of like, you know, you want to push up on somebody, throw a grenade at them, and you move forward. Missiles kind of does that. It can be used from a behind position very easily, and it just puts it just adds explosives and paint and vision in your favor as you push up, and that tends to be a really good special to chain stuff with. There are examples I can give, like when you, for example, if you're bomb rushing or you're using bubble blower, or maybe a Booyah Bomb to take zone, the enemy team can normally kind of like stand there and paint against it, but if you missile them at the same time, they can't. In the case that we saw there, let's see, we're at the 11-15 mark. Let's just real quick go back and double check the team comps. Okay, so we see Armor, we see Booyah Bomb, and we see Ink Storm. Armor and one of these two other specials, or missiles and two of these one other specials, is probably going to be a good luck most of the time. You know, if you, let's say that you want to get off your plat, so you Ink Storm your plat to like the right side of the map, so it's like the Ink Storm, it starts on your plat just in case there's any Sharkers and it moves forward, then you missile at the same time, all of that paint and chip damage is going to add up to, it's going to force people to move. Same thing if you armor and do that at the same time, so that's kind of a... Well, I expected the missiles to just be combined with another special there. The other use of missiles is like, once you're in the fray, let's say that you're to the right of the map, you kill somebody, you have missiles, you just immediately missile someone on the other side of the map because your teammates are probably fighting them, and you know that you're clear because you just killed the threat. So that's another thing you can do. So let's go back to the 11-minute mark, and to see how this ends up being different. Alright, see the brush spending time to get the baller at the beginning. He actually does not get the kill on the pro, so the pro is going to have an advantage over here to the start. And once again, we're seeing purple team unable to really win the opening engagement, which I guess is kind of expected, right? They do have a team comp that's like expected to lose, to get outslayed. So there's like a high chance of them losing at the start of the game. Now, a Stingray does go off. Some missiles do stop zone from being taken, and the Slasher Deco is kind of out by himself. So yeah, it seems like there's a lot of pressure on the Slasher Deco and the Charger to get a lot of kills. Here comes the Pro going after the Junior. The Junior is actually going to get that kill. Good positioning by him. The Brush is going to try to do something to this H3. Will he get the pick? Doesn't look like it, but a teammate is going to be able to be there. It looks like the H3 is still alive, though. So what ends up happening here? So we have 2 ballers ready, which seems to be a big... Alright, so 2 ballers and an armor are ready. These moments seem to be when this team gets really explosive. The ballers go off, and then the armor goes off to support. So here comes this Brush with armor. He's going to go for this kill, doesn't get it, and now he has armor for whatever the follow-up is. Here goes the Booyah Bomb. Some pros are behind him, and he can baller now. He goes in ballers now. His opponents do have the zone, and he is forced to retreat here. Oh. And he ends up getting triple teamed, but not before his teammates supposedly take the zone. So, yeah, I mean, that Brush does waste a lot of time. The baller is a threat, and we can really push past that at the time. The armor can help across the map. Not exactly the most clean play yet, but we saw the strategy in action. This comp kind of reminds me of sort of the Splat one, you know, we're playing this aggressive close-range quick response stealth jump on everybody comp. We're fighting these more stable map control, long-range killing potential comps. Yet and see, we didn't see it on screen, but we saw the armor and we saw the ballers, and then all of a sudden the enemy team's gone. So when that special coordination works out really well. 2 of those specials are going to be spammable all game long, so these special pushes are going to happen often. But yeah, it's kind of like one of those Splat 1 aggro comps where it's like you're going to get shut out a lot, you're not going to have map control a lot, but the one time that you break through, you can really make something of it. That's what this comp reminds me of so far. And lead gets taken. Alright, here's the Booyah Bomb. I think we presumably see another special going off. Not quite, and the zone doesn't get taken from that. Yeah, see, I don't really like... A lot of the special coordination from Green Team seems a little bit off. It's like you keep seeing like the Booyah Bomb or the one thing that the missiles go off by themselves, and no one really follows it up. And that's really allowing Blue to get away with a lot of stuff that they just shouldn't. Once again, the Inkbrush is almost at the baller. Oh, gets taken out. Bomb's going to take out that person jumping in combat. Gonna coincidentally punish that. Slasher Deco is still pushed up a little bit. Will he win this one-on-one? Yes. Yes, he will. Again, once again, a lot of pressure on the Slasher Deco and the Charger to get kills in this comp. Here's the baller. Charger gets the kill. It's kind of expected. Nice shot. And yeah, once that Firefin gets set up, man, he tends to get a lot of kills and put on a lot of pressure. Something that's of note, I've been kind of putting a lot of the results on these games on Green Team. But to be completely honest, a lot of that also falls on the Slasher Deco and the Charger and those ballers of being so threatening that it's like if you're doing well against another team, or if a team's doing well against you, it forces you to play worse almost. You know, it's like it's difficult to play well when you're being threatened so much. Watching this from spectator cam, I don't want to like give that to them that easily. But you know, if you've played this team before and you know that if you try to push on that slasher, he's really good at sharking. You know, the Charger's going to take you out and stuff like that. Those are legitimate concerns that you would have in being a little bit too antsy with your takebacks. That all being said, I feel like Green could have been more committed to using their specials together to take back the map. Alright, so we're going to go to main stage. Show me more. Alright, well that was a me versus post, alright. Alright, insane comp. I definitely see this comp being really strong here. Special pushes to get out of your base are super important. The double baller armor comp is probably going to be really good. I feel like we're going to see a situation where green just can't stop blue from pushing over and over again. Alright, here's some good coordinated specials. Once again, green seemed to come out strong at the beginning. It actually does get picked. Junior gets revenge killed. Blue gets his own. Pro is going to get taken out by the brush. And let's see how they hold right here. So Ink Mine's on zone. Here's a solo missile. Alright, the armor did come out. So this is much better special coordination from green than last time. Bomb rush on zone is going to stop zone from being taken momentarily. Will it be taken? Nope, doesn't seem it. Inkstorm coming from one side, 2 green members coming from the other side. This is going to put a lot of pressure on blue. It's going to take the zone. It's going to get a pick. It's going to get a second pick, and now it's a 4v2 situation. The armor is going to protect this person for a little bit. They might jump out. I can't quite tell. Slasher Deco is being persistent about putting pressure onto these people top mid, trying to stop them from getting into position in a safe manner. He's going to shark up here on the right. No real members of the enemy team, no blaster is able to kind of like threaten him in that position, so it's safe for now. Blaze is going to get taken out by the grenade, so there is a baller going off underneath our screen right now. Another baller in zone and a bomb rush in zone, so that's going to take zone quite easily. Again, the special coordination being really solid by blue. Until that happens. But they do acquire a penalty. Once again, it's a 2v4 situation. This is actually the yeah, there's no real coordination by the solo missile in that case. You do it while everyone's pushing so that there's explosives and vision helping you out. And honestly, this is the opposite of what I've seen. It seems like what we're going to see out of blue is blue's just going to keep getting special pushes that just guaranteed take zone while they get outslayed, and green isn't going to be able to stop the penalty game from happening. So blue's going to be winning by objective. Because once again, there's a penalty. Green almost gets the lead there, and I wouldn't be surprised if green just outslays right now. But blue's just going to come back with a bunch of bubbles and bomb rushes and stuff, and yeah, alright, so here's once again green in control and blue with no one alive. We've seen this a bunch of times. These are obnoxious, by the way. If you're ever playing splat zones against a team comp that you're just outslaying like crazy, but they keep just getting the zone because they have specials that you can't stop. Ugh. Gross. Gross, gross, gross. Especially if you're one of those people who kind of treats splat zones as a version of team deathmatch. But it looks like actually green is holding this. Someone from green finally gets taken out. Blue is bomb rushing. Zone having a lot of pressure put on it. Are we going to see another game? I didn't think that we would. 7, 6, 5. Oh, wait, 5 seconds. Anything on the brush? Oh, yes, you can. But can you get zone out of this? The junior painting zone is really working. Green can't seem to get the zone here. People are jumping in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Oh, okay. So green's gonna win that match. Is there more? Oh, okay. There's more to the there's more to the last more to the set than that. So yeah, I mean, this team comp seems really fragile. And to be honest, after watching the final set, I feel like they put on a better show. But it seems like this team comp really works well when they're able to just take the map really quickly and use the specials to coordinate. Alright, so let's move on to our last game. Oh god, this is going to be quick. It's going to be on Mako. A little bit of water. Stay hydrated. Alrighty. So far we've seen green come on top of every opening engagement. I'm interested in seeing if that actually isn't the case here. Also, you can tell this is played during Splatfest because the color lock is mascot colors. Yeah, so green actually not coming on top for the first time in this set at the beginning of the game. And this might just transition into like craziness. So, what do we have going on? We have a baller, we have a bomb rush. We've been paying attention to special coordination because the name of the game for this comp has been special coordination so far. Four specials on the side of blue. So basically, they won an opening engagement without using specials, and now they have a ton of specials. The brushes seems really good at batting away the undercover Bella, by the way. Okay, so here comes some special coordination from green. You see the Booyah Bomb. You see them. It looks like they're about to take zone, and all the specials have come out of blue, but it doesn't take the zone. That's probably going to be curtains. It's a 2v2 situation right now. The brush is trying to not die, and I can't see the Slasher Deco holding this by himself for that long. Everyone's jumping in from both sides, and oh, the Charger takes out the painters on the sides of green, and that's going to take, and it looks like it ended. It looks like it ended, guys. It looks like it ended. So, I can't stream that much longer, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just start the gameplay, mute this, and we'll talk a little bit about some of the stuff that we saw. So, if we want to learn from this, if we want to make some team comps, what are some bullet points that we can take? I think number one, well, this game, I'm going to be honest, this one wasn't that convincing of the comp, just because it seemed like green was misplaying a lot, and if they had played some of this out better, I don't know if they would have made grands. I mean, but that being said, in tournament, you know, stuff happens. But I do think that something that this comp showed was that if you have two really good slayers, and then you have two special spammers in a way that's really good for the objective in the comp, you can get some stuff done. So like, let's say that we wanted to make a comp that's not using the same weapons, or at least for the most part, not using the same weapons, but it follows a similar kind of tactics. So let's say that for zones you want to do Booyah Bomb spam. So you have someone who's good with Remix. Remix is a very aggressive heavy. It's probably the most aggressive heavy there is. And then you have the new junior, and you just have a ton of special charge. And your goal is now to have one more weapon that gets a ton of specials that kind of goes with Booyah Bomb. And you want to have a weapon that slays really well. So what are our slaying weapons? You have options of stuff like Brella. You have options of some stuff that's going to work well with the comp that you have, which is going to be the Remix and the Junior. So you could go with something like Grim, if you have a really good Grim player. And then, I don't know, perhaps the Junior. I mean, what special do you want to spam? You know, you could do maybe the Kensa Jr. with the Bubble Blower. You could do a couple of things. So I think that it kind of depends on your play group. But the example that I kind of pull out of watching this is, let's say that you go Remix, Bronze Aerospray, Grim, and for the sake of holding to the scene that seems to be going on of burst bomb weapons and chip damage, let's think of a weapon that has burst bomb that can also get a lot of specials. So let's go here to burst bomb. Let's just remind ourselves, right? Let's take a look at the list. Carbon, Hero Dualies, L3, Neosplash, not bad. Okay. Okay, so we have the Grim and the Aerospray. We could also go like some slashers and stuff, but honestly, at this point, just a mini. Yeah, why not? Mini, Remix, Bronze Aerospray, and Grim, or a splash damage, whatever, you know, in your play group, whatever your guys' best splash damage weapon is. It's double missile, double booyah, so it's a little bit of a weird setup, but that's going to be basically every time you guys push, there's going to be some explosives coming down. And I don't know, maybe not the best team comp ever, but hey, you know, try it with your friends. Let me know in the comments if it worked out for you. I think that it's just a decent way of kind of assembling a strategy based on what we saw. You know, okay, like let's go back to Splat 1 where we take a special that we want to spam. We have one weapon with it that's good and one weapon with it that gets it a lot. And we just, you know, go nuts. Have one more weapon that can get specials pretty often and one more slaying weapon. And you have this like double support, double slayer, synergy over one special kind of thing going on. I think it's got potential. All right, well, thanks for watching, guys. Happy Easter. I'm gonna go and hang out with some friends and family. I'm gonna host someone, and yeah, let me know if you like the kind of like the analysis and the commentary. I definitely want to go over Grand Finals because I thought Grand Finals is a really awesome set. This one was a little bit jank, but yeah, let me know if doing some commentary every once in a while is something that you'd like to see in these coffees. And later, guys. Thanks for watching.